Do I think gays should get married? Should be allowed to be married? Do I think that they should be allowed to have a ceremony between one another to express their love? Yeah, actually I do. I really do. Now, I'm not gay, so this also kind of is really like, hey, why the fuck are you even talking about this anyway? Because I believe, you shouldn't be talking about shit that ain't got nothing to do with you, but I mean, everybody else is doing it, so why should I be able to do it? Now, the reason I think it should get married is because it's none of anyone else's business at all. It's no one else's business. It's not, like, how is it the government's business? Now, obviously, marriage is not what it was meant to be. You want to know my honest opinion? Should people get married? No, you should not get married. But should you be allowed to? Anyone? Yes, I do think that. If you are going to, anyone should be allowed to. I don't think you should, because marriage is not the ceremony that it was intended to be anymore. I'm not sure it ever really was what it was intended to be, but I know for a fact it's not now what it was intended to be. And now it's just basically the reason the government even has a says over this bullshit is because that's all marriage is now, is a contract between you, your significant other, and the government. That's all it is. Because I think the reason that they're afraid now I'm only going to talk about men homosexuality on this point, only for the simple fact I'd have to make a whole different video on this, and lesbian relationships actually fail extremely. They fail very hard, but that has to do with women, and I'm going to make a whole separate video about that and why I believe that is. But on a homosexual standpoint, don't get me wrong, they still be fucking up too, because you're still humans and that's what y'all do. But I think that the government's worried that homosexual, or let's just say gay marriage period, let's say some women do succeed, okay, but I think they're worried that men and women, that gay marriage will be extremely more successful than heterosexual marriage. Like right now, heterosexual marriage is around 50%, and around, I believe, 75 to 80% of divorces is initiated by women. Now, that has nothing to do with this specific topic, but like I said, when I talk about, the women thing in the future, this might play, and I'll bring it up again. But yeah, I think they're worried that it's going to have, the statistics will show a more successful rate in there, and I guess they've convinced themselves that children may see this and say, well, my mommy and daddy are fighting all the time, and they're not going to be together anymore. But her daddy or his daddies, let's say they're gay, they got married, they adopted a child, whatever, or got a surrogate mother, and they say, well, but they're always happy and they don't fight that much, and they're still together, and they seem to generally like each other. And I think they're worried the children are going to see that and say, well, why would I want to be in a heterosexual relationship, what they wouldn't call it like that, they would say a man and a woman relationship, when I can be with someone of the same sex, and they'll think that it concludes, hey, they get along better because they're the same sex, they understand things better. I'm like, no. They're not going to say just turn gay one day. They're not going to see that and be like, you know what, I'm gay now. Now, women might change their mind fucking left and right like that. Oh, in college, I'm a lesbian. I was just experimenting. And then now I like men. But all that switching up bullshit. But no, you either gay or you're not. Me, I'm not gay. I mean, obviously, everybody has a certain percentage of gaydom in them because of the female and male chromosomes that are in everybody. But as a whole, I'm not gay. I don't look at men and find them attractive. That's just not me. But do I watch heterosexual porn? Yeah. I mean, sometimes the lesbian stuff is just boring and all that. But I prefer to watch females, and I prefer that one of the females have a dildo, because I guess in a way you can still see looking for that somewhat heterosexual thing. But I like the female anatomy. That's just what I'm attracted to. I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, well, I'm trying to think, like Neil Patrick Harris is gay, and also David Hyde Pierce from Frasier. He played Niles. Most of y'all probably don't know who the fuck that is, what show that is, but it's Frasier. He played Frasier's brother Niles, and in reality, him and Neil Patrick Harris, who all y'all probably do know from How I Met Your Mother, the guy who plays Barney, they're both gay in real life. Now, if I saw them two and they got married or whatever, or they was, whatever, and I was going to say whether it was with each other or with someone else, either way, if I saw them got married and I saw a successful rate, I'm not just going to wake up tomorrow and be like, yo, I'm about to be gay. Maybe I'm going to have more luck. Because guess what? If I was gay, I still wouldn't have anybody, because I'd still be me. And that's just, that alone is enough reason for people to not like me. But either way, I wouldn't have anyone. So I wouldn't just turn gay, and that wouldn't just make children turn gay or anyone else turn gay, because you like what you like, ultimately. You know, that's like you saying, oh, well, you know, being a vegetarian is more healthy for you. But I love bacon, motherfucker, and I'm not gonna stop eating bacon. That's just the way it is. So it's kind of the same concept. You know, it's none of the government's business. Let people do what they gonna do, and just let them do them, and stop worrying so much about a future that you don't even give a shit about. You don't give a shit about these children. You don't care about what their sexual desires are. You don't care their sexual preference, whatever you want to say. Excuse me. But I'm like, man, this is bullshit. They shouldn't even be weighing in on whether people should be getting married or not. Why don't you go ahead and allow gay marriage and stop heterosexual marriage? Because if you look at them statistics, obviously this shit's not working. But the government won't do that because it's money in their pocket. Like, that's still more difficult to explain. But if you know what I'm talking about, then you understand. But I'm like, I just like thought about it, and I've been thinking about this for years, man. I just remember hearing people that aren't even gay, that aren't even homosexuals or lesbians, getting into arguments over this shit. Like, what are you arguing about? You're not even gay. Like, come on, son. Like, I know I'm stealing Ed Lover shit there, but I actually got it from Psych, my show, Psych, who they got it from Ed Lover, obviously. But anyway, that's why you hear me say, come on, son, a lot. And I'm not trying to rip you off, Ed Lover. You should watch this video and try to copyright me. I'm not even monetizing these shits. I'm just saying. But anyway, do I think there should be gay marriage? Yeah, because it's none of anyone's else's business. It's not. It's none of your business. I don't understand why you're trying to stop someone else from trying to achieve some level of happiness in this human-infested world. I just don't understand why you're trying to stop it, but that's just me. That's just my thoughts. You know, that's just my thoughts. I wasn't going to say comment. I always want to say comment. Let me know what y'all might not. And, you know, that's y'all been. Just as me just ranting and rambling, getting shit off my chest. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on it, and Ken out.